Members of Parliament have urged government to commit 10% of the country's annual budgetary allocations into investment in Ghana's agric sector, whilst making contributions to a statement on the 38th Annual Farmers' Day celebrations on Friday. The MPs asked stakeholders to push for a shift on focus to mechanized agricultural farming as Ghana strives to attain self-sufficiency in food production.
Our agriculture is the rain-fed tank. Now our food supplies and outputs go down depending on the vagaries of the weather. Whilst you have some countries who do not have the kind of weather that we have, but technology-driven agriculture in which irrigation systems are working will go a long way to enhance our agriculture production. Whether there is good rainfall patterns or not, arrangements have been put in place that we can have all year, harvest of tomatoes or cashew or any other crop, because we are not going to say that we didn't have good weather and therefore they couldn't produce agriculture. I found it a bit worrying that there was a whole shortage of wheat supply because of the Russian-Ukrainian war. Now beginning to see that can we produce wheat at all? We, as a tropical nation, I don't know, Minister of Agriculture, I'll have a private conversation on this matter. Because I'm educated that 1/3 of the wheat supply of the entire world is from Ukraine. How good and pleasant it will be that we also direct our attention to say that we also try and move from the known and the traditional levels of agriculture and go into wheat production.
Mr. Speaker, in 2003, Ghana signed onto the Maputo Declaration. Under the declaration, African heads of states agreed that for agriculture to assume its rightful place in the development agenda of our nations, we should commit not less than 10% of our annual budget towards agriculture. Mr. Speaker, even today, the 2023 budget we are doing, total allocation to the agricultural sector is around 1%. It's around 1%. Source 2023 budget. Mr. Speaker, we have all agreed that if we are able to commit 10% of our annual budget to agriculture, we can use agriculture to transform our nation. Yet, we are unable to do that. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the budget, the 2023 budget, last year, 2022, when you look at the revised figures, an amount of 131 million was allocated for the Planting for Food and Jobs program. But the budget reports that as at the time the budget is being presented, only 34 million Ghana cedis has been released. And so we are not making the financial commitment to ensure that agriculture expansion is achieved.